Neighbors drama deepens. Ramsey Street's number 22 welcomes new residents as Terry's reclaims her space. Change is once again in the air on Neighbors as life on Ramsey Street continues to evolve with new twists, returns, and emotional reckonings. Next week's episodes will see a major shift at the iconic number 22, with new residents stepping in amid personal crises, fractured relationships, and long-standing tensions finally bubbling to the surface. After a dramatic period away, Terry's Willis is set to return to number 22, the home that has long been a symbol of security, heartbreak, and resilience for her. Her decision comes after a devastating series of betrayals involving her partner Paul Robinson, whose deepening entanglement in the custody drama over baby Thomas Murphy has proven to be the final straw. But this isn't just a simple change of address, it marks a new chapter in the complicated relationship between Terry's and Paul, and reignites tensions across the street that threaten to divide more than just households. A tumultuous time for Terry's Willis. When Terry's Willis made the bold decision to move out of number 22, it was largely symbolic. Having reconciled with Paul Robinson, the man who has repeatedly broken her heart, she tried to start fresh, leaving behind not only her home, but the emotional baggage it carried. The move signaled hope and the possibility of a stable future with Paul, even as doubts lingered in the shadows. Unfortunately, those doubts were not unfounded. Since rekindling their romance, Terry's has been pulled into yet another emotional storm involving Paul's increasingly obsessive connection to baby Thomas Murphy. As viewers know, Thomas is not Paul's biological son, a truth that Paul had desperately tried to conceal, even faking a DNA test result to solidify his connection to the child. That deception eventually unraveled, revealing Jeffrey Swan as the true father. The fallout has left Paul reeling, his grasp on Thomas slipping, and Terry's questioning whether she can continue to stand by a man who manipulates situations for emotional gain. The return of a familiar face at number 22. While Terry's has been away, number 22 has not been empty. The property had been rented out to none other than Darcy Tyler, a character with his own murky history in Erinsborough. Darcy's return brought a new layer of intrigue to the street, as the scheming doctor slid comfortably back into old habits, stirring the pot and keeping his cards close to his chest. Though his stay at number 22 was meant to be temporary, Darcy's presence contributed to the shifting dynamics on the street. His medical knowledge, connection to various residents, and uncanny ability to find himself at the heart of local drama made him both a curiosity and a source of unease. But Darcy's days at the house are now numbered, as Terry's prepares to reclaim her space and re-establish her independence in the wake of yet another disillusioning experience with Paul. Baby Thomas at the center of the storm. Meanwhile, the core of the ongoing emotional turbulence lies in the custody battle for baby Thomas. Chelsea, the child's biological mother, had previously abandoned him, leaving Paul to step in and assume a paternal role. Though initially appearing noble, Paul's motivations quickly became murky, especially as he falsified DNA results in a desperate attempt to legally keep the child in his life. Krista, a voice of reason in the midst of the chaos, confided in Terry's, expressing concern about Paul's obsession and warning that he would eventually have to let Thomas go. Despite this, Paul remained adamant, unwilling to surrender the only piece of family he felt truly connected to. Next week's episodes promise even more emotional twists. With Chelsea having vanished for weeks, Cara Varga Murphy begins to seriously consider adopting Thomas, sensing an opportunity to provide the child with a stable, loving home. Her wife, Remy, however, is more hesitant. Adoption, she fears, could complicate their already full lives, and she's not sure that Cara's motivations are grounded in clarity
Chelsea's
rather than emotion and renewed tensions. Just when it seemed that Chelsea might be gone for good, she makes a dramatic return to Erinsborough, and announces her desire to resume care of baby Thomas. Her reappearance catches everyone off guard and reignites old tensions. Paul and Terry's, wary of Chelsea's motives, accompany her to speak with Cara, hoping to create a smooth transition or perhaps talk her out of taking the child back. Instead, what unfolds is a heated confrontation between Chelsea and Cara, two women both deeply invested in the child's future, yet at odds over what's best for him. Chelsea insists that she's changed and is ready to be a mother, while Cara accuses her of returning only because others had stepped in to clean up her mess. The conversation becomes emotional and raw, revealing just how high the stakes have become, not only for Thomas, but for everyone involved. Remy, who had been hesitant to adopt, surprisingly takes a compassionate turn and reaches out to Chelsea privately. She urges her to consider not just her own desires, but also Cara's and even Paul's, despite her dislike for his manipulative actions. Paul's secretive schemes unravel. As emotions flare and loyalties are tested, Paul continues to act behind the scenes. Despite advice from both Terry's and Krista to step back, he makes a secretive offer to Chelsea. A room at Lassiter's, the hotel he runs, as a place to stay while she regains her footing. But Paul's generosity isn't without strings. He pleads with Chelsea not to mention that he knew about the falsified DNA test all along. It's a desperate move, an attempt to preserve what little trust remains in his relationship with Terry's. But secrets in Ramsay Street rarely stay buried for long. Krista, always alert and increasingly skeptical of Paul's behavior, spots Chelsea at the hotel and puts two and two together. Furious and feeling betrayed on Teresa's behalf, she wastes no time in revealing the truth. Terry's draws the line, and comes home. The revelation that Paul has continued to hide information and manipulate the situation is the last straw for Terry's. Stunned and deeply hurt, she confronts him one final time. Their heated conversation is filled with bitter truths, emotional confessions, and exhausted regret. "You've always said you've changed, Paul," she says, tears in her eyes. "But you haven't. You just keep moving the goalposts until you get what you want." Terry's tells him she's done with the lies, the secrets, and the damage that seems to follow him everywhere. She packs her things and announces that she will be moving back into number 22 with Nell, reclaiming her space and her autonomy. It's a powerful moment of self-assertion, a reminder of Teresa's resilience and strength. She may have given Paul another chance, but she never let go of her safety net, and now she's using it. The future of Ramsay Street. What comes next? With Teresa's return to number 22, the dynamics on Ramsay Street shift once again. Neighbors insiders hint that the house will soon welcome another surprise resident, possibly Nell's estranged father or an old friend of Teresa's looking for a place to land. Meanwhile, Darcy Tyler's next move remains unclear. Will he leave quietly, or is he planning to stir the pot one last time before handing over the keys? And what about baby Thomas? Chelsea's return complicates Kara and Remy's plans for adoption, while Paul's emotional investment in the boy is far from resolved. Could another legal battle be brewing? Or will Chelsea shock everyone and walk away again? One thing is certain. Paul Robinson is not a man who lets go easily. Despite losing Terry's once more, he may not be ready to step aside just yet. His connections, his money, and his cunning nature could still have a part to play in what happens next, for Thomas, for Chelsea, and for the woman he still claims to love. Support, outrage, and speculation. Fans have been glued to their screens, watching the emotional upheaval unfold. Social media has exploded with reactions to Teresa's dramatic return to number 22, many applauding her for finally standing up for herself. She deserved better and she knew it. Terry's going back to number 22 is the most satisfying moment in weeks, wrote one fan on X, formerly Twitter. Others are less convinced that this is truly the end of Terry's and Paul. They always find their way back to each other. Just wait a few months, one viewer speculated. Another added, "This is Paul Robinson we're talking about. He's already 10 steps ahead. I bet he's got a plan to win her back." And then, of course, there's the chatter about Thomas. Will the child stay with Chelsea, be adopted by Kara and Remy, or end up in foster care? The fate of the youngest resident of Ramsay Street remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. The drama surrounding him is far from over. Neighbors continues to deliver high-stakes emotional drama. With gripping storytelling, emotionally rich characters, and plenty of surprises still to come, Neighbours proves once again why it remains one of Australia's most beloved and enduring soaps. Next week's episodes promise more twists, more heartbreak, and possibly some unexpected reconciliations, but for now, Ramsay Street's number 22 stands as a symbol of independence, resilience, and new beginnings. Terry's Willis is back, and this time, she's taking control.